Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, and coaching paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. At least that's the goal, and we try to do that as often as we can. This is the new year. We're into 2022. Would love to be of benefit to you, coaching wise, as we go forward into the new year and beyond. And so, if that's something you may need or be looking into, please feel free to reach out to me or members of my team and or at the PO Perception Twitter page or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either one will get you in touch with me or the members of my team. Either way, we can get something going. Signs or things to remember on rough days, bad days, or days that just aren't going your way. Number one, they will happen. They happen to all people. The concept of what a good day is, bad day is, can shift based on your circumstances, but there isn't a way to avoid them because we obviously aren't always going to have completely positive experiences. It's okay to ask for help on those days. Matter of fact, it's advisable because the be all end all reality of it is, look, we're not meant to be completely solitary creatures. We're not meant to be creatures who need no one or who has no value for social interaction. And so asking for help could be something as, uh, you know, can be something as simple as kind of being social, can just be I need somebody to talk it through with, I need a distraction, I need someone just to spend time with and keep my mind occupied. There's a million things that you can do when you're having a bad day that can lead in a positive direction. The next thing is, remind yourself that you have control over the things that you are focused on. So controlling your focus is super important in those moments. Now, controlling your focus isn't always easy, especially if you have kind of an addictive mindset or an addictive body type or an addictive mind type where you get into a negative pattern and you continue to go through the loop again and again and again. But the reality of the situation is, at the end of the day, no one really, truly is, and I don't want to say doesn't care, because people care, of course, but at the end of the day, people aren't always looking for ways to be helpful. And so when we help ourselves, it's kind of about looking at, what matters, what can we do to shift our focus? What can we control? What can we put time into that's going to lead us somewhere? And again, finding things in a way where you can break things down in a more manageable manner is one of the most important things to do. And it's not always easy. It's not always simple. It's not always something we want to do. Breaking ourselves out and packing things together in a constant and consistent manner, kind of chunking things so that the things we end up accomplishing are things we can really get to. The things we can end up accomplishing are kind of fooling ourselves a little bit into feeling we're accomplishing more than we may be under normal circumstances, or giving yourself permission to look at kind of, balancing yourself differently and understanding how to do that and knowing that just because you've done something once doesn't mean you always have to do it the same way. Also, just because you've done something once doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to get the results you want out of it every time, and beginning to understand how to connect with yourself in a meaningful way. Get to the point of what you're trying to accomplish is important, and each day is, in fact, a reset point. So tomorrow's a new day, and good things can happen, negative things can happen. Again, our perception creates the reality we want. And so understanding how to get more out of that is important as well. Knowing that you have value, knowing that the way you view things is going to impact what happens in your daily life, what happens for you, what happens to you, and around you. It's super important. It's necessary. It's meaningful, and ultimately, it may not necessarily be what you want, but it often is what you need. And so, when you begin to look at that, you can make better choices and create better relationships within yourself. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.